G'day oddity hunters, now welcome back. Now Australia, she's a beauty, alright? Sunburnt country, stunning beaches, incredible wildlife. Perfect place to chuck a swag in the back of the ute, head bush and do a bit of camping, right? Sit round the campfire, crack a cold one, listen to the kookaburras. Or maybe listen to something else entirely. Because down under, when you pitch your tent in the great outdoors, you're not always alone. Forget the snakes and spiders for a sec. We're talking haunted campsites, paranormal hotspots, places steeped in weird legends and unexplained phenomena. Places where the campfire stories might just come true. Today on Aussie Oddities, we're packing our tents and maybe some holy water and exploring some of Australia's strangest camping spots. Places where you might encounter ghosts, yowies, maybe even bloody UFOs. Reckon you'd be game to spend a night? Let's find out. First up, we head to Victoria, to a place made world famous by a haunting story, Hanging Rock. Now, most folks know it from the book and film Picnic at Hanging Rock, where those schoolgirls vanished without a trace back in 1900. Yeah, that story was fiction. Or was it? Okay, probably fiction. But the eerie vibe at Hanging Rock, that's dead set real, mates. This place isn't just a pretty rock formation. It's a 6 million year old mamelon, a volcanic plug, riddled with caves, strange magnetic anomalies, some reckon, and an atmosphere thick enough to cut with a knife.
People who explore its heights often report feeling watched, disoriented, like time itself is warping around them. Compasses supposedly go haywire, objects go missing. Some even claim to see fleeting figures or hear whispers carried on the wind. Aboriginal legends also speak of spirits residing within the rock. You can camp at the base in the Hanging Rock Reserve, and it's a popular spot. But the real strange camping experience here isn't about the campsite itself. It's about venturing onto the rock as dusk falls, feeling that ancient, unsettling energy. Would you dare explore its spooky nooks and crannies after dark, knowing the legends and the feeling that something or someone might just be watching from the shadows? Alright, next stop, we're heading north to New South Wales, into the vast, remote, and frankly bloody Pilliga Forest. Over 5,000 square kilometers of dense scrub and cypress pine, easy to get lost in, and according to some, easy to run into things you really don't want to meet. This place is prime Yowie country. Yep, Australia's very own Bigfoot. Countless reports over the years, giant footprints, blood-curdling screams echoing through the trees, campers feeling stalked, even fleeting glimpses of hairy, ape-like figures crashing through the undergrowth. Some reckon the Pilliga Yowie is particularly aggressive. But the Yowie isn't the only spooky resident. Drive the Newell Highway through the Pilliga at night, and you might just encounter the Pilliga Princess. Legend says she's the ghost of Claire Wibson, a local woman tragically killed by a truck years ago. Truckies and travelers report seeing her spectral figure pushing an old shopping trolley along the desolate highway, sometimes even stepping out in front of vehicles. There are remote camping spots deep within the Pilliga National Park. Imagine pitching your tent out here, miles from anywhere, knowing these stories. Every snap of a twig, every shadow. Is it just the bush, or is it the Yowie? Is that flickering light just headlights, or the infamous Pilliga Princess coming your way? Talk about creepy campsites.
Alright mates, if you're finding these spooky spots as fascinating or terrifying as I am, do us a solid. Hit that like button right now. Subscribe to Aussie Oddities so you don't miss the next weird adventure, and drop a comment below. Which of these places would you absolutely not camp at? Alright, back to the scares. Now for something completely different. Let's head way outback, smack bang in the middle of the Northern Territory, to a little place called Wycliffe Well. Population? Bugger all. Main attraction? aliens! This joint proudly calls itself the UFO Capital of Australia, and maybe the world. Since World War II, there have been thousands of reported sightings of UFOs and strange lights in the sky around here. Locals reckon it's a proper UFO hotspot, maybe due to magnetic fields or ley lines, who knows? But the sightings are consistent. Weird lights doing impossible maneuvers, cigar-shaped objects, the works. The Wycliffe Well holiday park leans right into it. You can camp there, stay in a cabin, and basically wait for ET to phone home, or maybe just buzz your tent. The strange camping experience here isn't about ghosts or monsters, but about scanning those incredibly clear outback skies, wondering if that distant light is a plane or something else entirely. Is it just isolation playing tricks on the mind, or is there really something extraterrestrial drawn to this remote patch of Aussie dirt? You'd have to camp there yourself to decide. Our final stop takes us back to civilization, sort of. We're at North Head, Sydney, overlooking the stunning harbour. But nestled here is the old quarantine station, now known as Q Station. And mates, if you're looking for haunted camping, well, haunted staying, this is ground zero. From the 1830s to 1984, this was where ships carrying migrants suspected of having infectious diseases like smallpox, typhoid, or the plague were forced to stop. Hundreds, maybe thousands, died within these walls, far from home, and many believe they never left. This place is crawling with ghost stories. People report being touched by unseen hands, hearing disembodied voices and children crying, seeing full-bodied apparitions of nurses in old uniforms, a menacing man in a top hat, even a little girl who supposedly holds your hand. The old hospital, the showers, the morgue, the cemetery, they're all hotspots for paranormal activity. You can actually stay overnight at the Q Station now. It's a hotel and function center. They run hugely popular ghost tours. Imagine sleeping in one of those old buildings, knowing its dark history. It's not exactly pitching a tent, but it's about as close to haunted camping and comfort as you can get. Definitely one of the spookiest places in Australia to spend a night. So there you have it, mates. From the eerie rocks of Victoria, through the Yowie-infested forests of NSW, to the UFO skies of the Outback, and the ghost-filled halls of Sydney Harbour, Australia offers some truly strange camping experiences, if you're brave enough. What do you reckon? Would you spend a night at any of these spots? Have you had your own creepy camping encounter down under? Let us know your stories and theories in the comments below. And tell us where Aussie Oddities should explore next. If you enjoyed this spooky trip, give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next dive into the weird and wonderful world of Aussie Oddities. Stay safe out there and maybe sleep with one eye open. Catch ya!